Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. My name is Evi and I read books. And today I got for you guys my how I read multiple books at once / how I read a lot. Because a lot of my friends are not the biggest readers and they're always wondering like how come I can even read like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or even more books in 1 month. And it's actually really simple. I just read multiple books at once, and some months I finish all of my books and other months I don't finish any of my books. So I'm gonna tell you guys how I read multiple books at once, and because I have books for different occasions. So I'm gonna start with my main books, and these are my main books. So I'm currently reading, for example, The Map of Days of Ransom Riggs, and that's my physical book, and that's more or less my priority book. So that's mostly my main books, depending obviously if my TBR game chooses something different. I might read something different. More or less my physical books are my priority books. What do I mean with priority books? Well, really simple. Every time I'm at home and reading, I more or less read my physical books. Like when I'm actually taking time to read a book, like before I go to bed, when I wake up, in the weekends, when I have time, when I take time to read, I mainly read a physical book. Just because I like reading physical books. I love having a good collection of books, so it's also one of the reasons why I read a lot of physical books, and I recently bought a lot. If you see this, it's growing and growing. I am gonna film haul because lately I got a lot of my mom's books. Main books are my physical books. I kind of read them all the time. Like when I'm actually taking time to read a book, I read my physical book. That's also the books that I read the most. I mainly prioritize my physical books because my physical books are also my more anticipated / most anticipated books that I've got. Format I read are ebooks. And I also have an ebook. So that actually means I have a physical book that I'm mostly always reading, and also an ebook. It's a different one than my physical book, and that's actually real simple. This is my Kobo e-reader, by the way, but I also read a lot of the time on my phone. And when I read my ebook is actually when I'm in the bathtub, because I don't like to take physical books in the bathtub because I don't mind books being used or like looked when they're used, but I am trying to keep my books as clean as possible, and I'm always afraid, especially if you have this type of book, how are you gonna read this in the bath? I can hardly read this like normal, hold it and read it, so let on that I'll read it in the bathtub. So then I always read on my phone because I know my phone is normally waterproof and I never dropped it anyways, but just better to be safe than sorry. And I also have it on my e-reader when I do prioritize ebooks once in a while, because sometimes I do feel like prioritizing an ebook. Other moments that I read my ebook also on my phone mostly is when well, this is actually pre-COVID, and when we're still allowed to meet up. I sometimes read it before I saw my friends, because I'm the person who's always like 15 minutes early, and my friends are mainly right on time or like 15 minutes late, which means that I could have 15 to 30 minutes of reading time in, and I'm not planning on like taking my physical book with me if we're going out for dinner. So then I sometimes read my ebook. So sometimes I do prioritize it. Like right now I'm already reading, I think for like over a month, 1 ebook. So there is a possibility that I am, after finishing this physical book, that I prioritize my ebook for a second so it's finished and I can start a new one. Sometimes also during the summer I like to prioritize ebooks, and when my TBR games tells me to prioritize an ebook, because sometimes my TBR game says read this book and it's only on ebook. So that's the reasons when I read ebooks. The last format I'm reading books on is audiobooks. These are my earplugs. These are just happy plugs in case you're wondering. And I read my ebooks kind of all the time, but not all the time. So these are my less priority because these are the type of books I read when I'm doing stuff or when I'm traveling. Because I'm not good. I mean, I like listening to audiobooks. I really got into audiobooks last year. I really like reading it, listening to it. But I'm not the person who can be like, okay, right now I'm going to sit down and just listen to an audiobook. No, I have to be busy with my hands or with my eyes to read an audiobook. So when do I read my audiobooks mostly? I read it while cooking, cleaning, putting my makeup on, doing my hair, like all the stuff actually where my eyes and my hands are busy, but my head and my brain is not as busy. So a little bit of all the brainless tasks. That's when I use my audiobooks. I also use my audiobooks on public transportation because I get travel sick. I know there are people who will read their books on transportation, so that actually means I'm not able to physically read something. I mean, I do text once in a while or respond to texts, but like I cannot be like 20 minutes looking at my phone because then I will be so nauseous and throwing up all over the place probably. I mainly also listen to my audiobooks when I'm on my internship because I have a bus travel for like 40 minutes on my way there and my way back. So I could sometimes even listen to my audiobook for like 1.5 hours a day. Sometimes I prefer music, depending on what I prefer. I don't do that on my bicycle because I do ride my bicycle a lot too. But I realized that if I am planning on listening to something on my bicycle, I prefer music because I also want to pay attention to my surroundings and listen to my surroundings a little bit more. And music is a little bit more brainless than actually like listening to an audiobook because I do want to follow the story. So actually those are the 3 ways I read my books. This is also one of the ways how I can read more because 1 month I finish all 3, like a physical book, my ebook, and my audiobook, or multiple books. And other months I maybe not even finish any of those formats. So you read multiple books or not, leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!